Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor. This is my live reaction to a new episode of Fairy Tail. As always, this will be my commentary as well as the video of the episode. No audio because of copyright reasons, but as always, the link to the full episode will be in the description and in the comment section. I apologize for any noise in the background, but anyway, here we go. Yeah, of course. So we're following from last week, and last week was such an amazing episode because we got to see, of course, what we're kind of seeing for a recap right now, where we have Sting, Rogue, and Natsu versus Mark Gear, and of course in the skies we have Igneo versus Acme Logia. And from what we've seen so far, like Mark Gear is like extremely powerful. Like even this, look at this, he just grudges it off. Like you remember, Fire, Lightning, Dragon, Hammer, I believe. That's the move that Natsu used like right now. Like that's the one he used against Jackal, and that ended up finishing him off. But of course we see here that it didn't do the same for Margier. Okay, so we're seeing all the other members of Fairy Tail. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious how this is all gonna turn out. I'm thinking like, cause from the preview we got to see, I'm pretty sure we got to see, like from what we have in the opening, we're gonna be having Gray appearing, and of course he has Devil Slayer matches, so that'll definitely help him out in making like him stronger. Kind of curious to know. Oh yeah, and we got to see this as well, like the fact that apparently Makarov has some kind of like ace, Lumen Histoire if I'm correct, and that of course is Mavis, the first master of Fairy Tail. Oh, also there has been some news, and we're back. So like I was saying earlier, if you don't know, Fairy Tail Zero, I believe the name is, kind of like the story behind Mavis, of course the first master of Fairy Tail, like I brought up initially. I haven't read it yet, but I'm really excited, and I think we're going to be getting probably like a preview after like the charter probably like actually finishes, but it's actually going to be animated, and of course I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, for one, I can't, I don't know what happens in it. If anything, I'm expecting it to be kind of like, pardon, I'm kind of expecting it to be like how we had in that one episode of Fairy Tail, like right before Charter started, where we had one of the four wizard saints who turned out to be a Fairy Tail wizard, and like kind of revealing like we had like a few minutes that showed like how initially like he wasn't a tree wizard, and eventually like he appeared with Hades, actually, I believe, if I remember, as well as some old guy, like some blonde guy, I believe, I can't remember. And then we had Mavis, and that was such an amazing episode because honestly, that moment was probably one of the best moments, like before Charter started. That was such an amazing like episode, or just really that one moment, because like it really showcased just how everything came together, and we're gonna be seeing like how Fairy Tail really started. And I think that like that one episode was a hint of, I can't remember the name of it, but it was where I think it was right before like everyone like goes off in like the Wizard Saints like tree, or like tree planting that like rides across the entire region, and they were like riding it, and like the end is like Mavis, you really have passed down the feeling, or like the essence of Fairy Tail down. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of recalling what happened I think back in like June or July now that I think about it, which is, it's incredible how much time has gone by. Like it's been 3 or 4 months now. Of course, now we're in like November 27th, I'm correct? Of course, Thanksgiving was yesterday. So happy Thanksgiving to those, because I wasn't able to cover it previously. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hope you guys stay with your family and such. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to what's going on right now. We of course have Doran Bolt. I'm wondering. So right now, hopefully, by the time you're watching this, the subs will have uploaded, and so I will have the subs on screen. But right now, I'm just watching like the raw version. I have to say, Mavis looks amazing. But yeah, of course, this. I mean, I remember like back when Grimar Heart, like they were attacking. Like the main thing was, I believe they were looking for, right? Or maybe it was Zeref that was looking for Lumen Histoire. So what do we have? Doran Bolt and Macro. Kind of curious. I was kind of confused as to what exactly is going on. And of course, we have Wendy. We'll have to wait and see. And we're back. Let's see. Yeah, so everyone's pretty much in shock. And yeah, I mean, both of the dragons are pretty powerful. Of course, they're like Igneo being the king of the fire dragons, and Aknologia king of the regular, really just all dragons. And of course, he technically really isn't a dragon, right? From the look, apparently, like he consumed like dragon's blood, and he eventually like got consumed with it. And I think I brought it up a while back in one of my previous reactions, but I'm kind of curious as to what this is going to lead in terms of the next Fairy Tail movie, because of course we got to see one image of Natsu being like in dragon form, so I'm kind of curious as to what that means. Oh, careful, careful, careful. What? What? There you go. Man, like, Acnologia looks scary as heck with those red eyes. It really does. I have to say though, the designs for the dragons, like the actual designs, that's incredible. Okay, so we're probably going to be getting towards Margear soon. So, yeah, Margear is just incredibly powerful. Like, the fact that, I mean, we saw in last week's episode, and even the episode prior with only Natsu, like, Margear is incredibly powerful, and kind of like what I've emphasized in my previous reactions, really, like, I really am excited to see how they're going to defeat it. Stinging Rogue. Oh my god, look at their teeth. I mean, yeah, they're dragons, but even so. Yeah, Margear pretty is the Master EMD. Let's see. Okay, of course we have Kyoka here, and Salem, defeated. She looks really pretty. She's probably one of more, like, just in terms of like her design, she's probably one of my favorite of the 9 Demon Gates. Also, of course, Urza in her Blackwing armor. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I wonder like how, like, if he's gonna die soon. Because I mean, he technically still is one of the Demon Gates. Oh wow. Nice job, Lily. Not happy. Yeah, so pretty much it's Urza versus Kyoka. Igneo versus Acnologia. Oh, cool. Heaven's Wheel. Let's see. I want to see Heaven's Wheel. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, following what happened in the previous episodes, I wonder how this like one battle's gonna end. I mean, it hasn't like ended yet, right? Yeah, from look, I'm just sort of confused because I know it still hasn't gone off yet. I mean, technically, it hasn't really gone off yet, but or is this more of a flashback? Because this is kind of what we got in the past 2 episodes where we had them like with this one scene where like this green like energy and like everyone getting shocked. I'm still kind of confused if this is like a flashback or is it still going on? Because I mean, I know Kyoka said like she dies like when Face actually goes off, and of course we still have to see the different guilds appear. Like, I'm really excited to see how they're gonna handle that. Like, are they all scattered across like the region, or yeah, I'm just kind of confused. Yeah, I'm thinking this is a flashback, right? Or I don't know. I'm still kind of confused. Let me know in the comments. Let's see. Because we have Urza, so standing strong. Yeah, Urza is awesome. She's definitely one of my favorite legends of Fairy Tail. Let's see. Because we have Margear. Oh, I'm really anxious to see how Gray is gonna like pop up, because he's been walking the entire time. Like, he's pretty much just been like wondering what everything's going on. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because prior to that, of course, with the battle of Gray versus Silver, like Silver like literally kidnapped him like and took him away like from the main scene, which is pretty like that one scene like back when it was Natsu, Gajeel, and Juvia against the 3 Demon Gates. Like, that was a really powerful scene, like just very like tenseful. Oh, what's this? What is that? That's supposed to be like, I mean, because I know Silver's father said something about EMD. I'm trying to remember what it was. Let's see what's going on. I'm just surprised like the fact that his throne is still like intact, like despite all the rubbish, or the rubble, I guess I would say. Wow, yeah, he looks really intimidating. I have to say though, Margear's design is really awesome. Like, they did a really good job with I don't know, in general. Like, I mean, Fairy Tail in general has a really good designs in terms of like the enemies and characters and stuff. Okay, so we're getting the 9 Demon Gates, of course. Yeah, I mean, they were all cool in their own right. Oh, that was a cool scene. Kyoka's the only one still remaining. But of course, if Faith does go off, then she'll die. And those are their Ethereal forms. Yeah, Sail's Ethereal form was awesome. Probably one of the strongest ones. Oh wait, now that I thought about it, we never saw Kiza's. We never saw Kiza's Ethereal form. I mean, because he's still a demon. I mean, of course he is a necromancer, but he was still a demon. Aww. I wish they would have shown. I wish we could have seen his Ethereal form. That would have been interesting. Oh hey, look, it's Zeref. Zeref, of course. I mean, we saw Zeref earlier. Like he appeared to Natsu. What's going on? Is he like looking in the books, like trying to find something? Maybe he's looking for the book, the one that Margear has. Because I mean, we see it at the end of the opening. Oh, what are these guys? Whoa, what the heck are these? What are those? Oh, hey, it's Deliora! That was Deliora, wasn't it? On the right? That was Deliora, I think. I don't think we've seen the other ones, but... So I think... Because they said that the books of Zeref you can use them to bring about demons. So I wonder what that means for EMD. I don't know, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Yeah, because of course Charteris is the last of the Barlam Alliance. So I wonder what this means. Actually, not only about that, like when Charteris is defeated, what does this mean for the future of Fairy Tail? Because personally, I don't think Fairy Tail is going to end like soon. I still think it's going to go on for a couple of years, and I hope so, because I only recently started watching Fairy Tail, and I absolutely love it. I think I read somewhere that the Grand Magic game was supposed to be like the halfway point, and if that's the case, then we still have like 3 or 4 more years, which is perfectly fine by me. I would love it if it goes even more. But I'm just kind of wondering as to how exactly it's going to take place. Wow, Margear looks pretty creepy. Yeah, so I know in the preview from last week they said that Margear would be revealing about like what exactly is the case with all the demon stuff. So are we going to see his theories for now? I mean, he's not even fighting his full form. Oh, there. Yeah, so that was pretty powerful. Not to look up. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so how are they gonna handle this? Whoa, it's a giant rose? Or a giant flower thing? Interesting. I wonder how we do I wonder how that would have gone against the Wizard Saint. Like, cause of course that one Wizard Saint, the one who's part of Fairy Tail, like he uses the like I guess earth magic, I would say, or just grass magic. Like he can probably create something like this, if not more powerful. Yes, Gray's here. Oh my gosh, Gray's here. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's see. Where is Gray? Come on, show up, Gray. I want to see. I mean, if we're talking Pokemon, Ice type is strong against Grass type. Yeah, there's Gray. Yeah, so this is when he. Oh yeah, because Gajel said like Gray became like incredibly powerful. So it looks like Natsu's like realizing like just how powerful he is if he was able to take that out by himself. Whoa! Wow, that's like how the roses did. Like how Margear did with the roses. Like he literally just put that on his arm without even noticing. And we're back. Wow, yeah, Grace is incredibly powerful now. Like, look at that. He just did that without barely any effort. And Margear is even, like, shocked. Yeah, that looks really awesome. So I'm kind of curious as to what extent, like, let me know in the comments, like, what do you think is more powerful? God Slayer magic, I would say, is weaker compared to Dragon Slayer magic. But do you think Dragon Slayer magic is more powerful than Devil Slayer magic? Or maybe, like, they're on par? Because of course, like with Devil Slayer, it's the same as with Dragon Slayer, where like they can consume it. I mean, we saw it with Gray versus Silver, where Silver, of course, consumed Gray's ice, where the opposite isn't really possible. Only like with Slayer magic, those are the ones that can. Whoa! That was. Oh man! Wow! Like that is seriously. That's unbelievable. Like Gray is just on a whole nother level. And look at him, he's literally shrugging it off. He is literally shrugging it off. I mean, I guess now he realizes that Gray's a worthy opponent. Because I don't think he's seen Gray like up to this point. Even like how we saw with Natsu, where he pretty much just came down from Igneo. Like this is the first time I think he's seen Gray. Wow, he froze him immediately. Here we go. Wow. And that is just awesome. Like, look at that. That's incredible. I mean, this is what we saw with Silver, where like he froze everything like when he wanted to, when he was fighting Gray. So this is awesome. This is just awesome. Gray's incredibly powerful. I mean, already he's badass. I mean, he looks great. His voice actor's amazing. He has probably like one of my favorite hairs. Like his hair is just amazing. I would have to say is the one thing that I would point out. Wow, wow, he's making Margear like screech or something. That's freaking epic. Oh my gosh, Gray is just awesome now. I mean, he was already awesome, but now he's even more awesome. Whoa, what's this? Oh, hey, it's Sabretooth's former master. Now I would think like Neo Sabretooth master, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, Margear is now like really beaten up. Really. Right. Yeah, so of course like Minerva. She's been like transformed as well. Wow, look at Margear. Look at him. We'll have to see what this means. So I'm assuming, I mean, we got that in that one trailer, so it's probably, they're gonna have Sting and Rogue fight him, and then, of course, oh, he remembers. Maybe he remembers what happened with him. Because, of course, he's no longer the master, so there's probably, like, some rage behind that. Interesting. So, I guess what I was saying earlier. Oh, yeah, this was awesome. I honestly, I thought Natsu could have beat him. Like, in that fight, if it wasn't for Minerva, like, protecting him there, I think he would have been beaten by Natsu. But yeah, so like I was saying, what I'm thinking is they're probably gonna have Sting and Rogue fight the Master, and that way they have Natsu and Gray against Margear alone. I mean that's what we got in the second trailer that we had like before the trailer started, and of course we have it in the opening as well. So I mean that's what I'm thinking. I mean we're probably gonna be getting it. We have a few more minutes in this episode. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it because, like, oh my gosh, Gray is just freaking epic there. And of course, not too strong too. So really, it's just more emphasis on like which is stronger. I mean, if they were to fight, because I think Natsu and Gray have fought once before, and that was back in the, I guess, quote unquote Delia arc, I think, where like Gray was supposedly like working with some lady to capture like a dragon. Like, he eventually like deceived her, but even so, that was that one time when they fought. That was a long time ago. So of course now we're gonna be getting. Maybe we're going to be getting in the near future, so let me know, who do you think would win? Natsu with, of course, Dragon Slayer magic, and Awakening, of course, this new power, or like Gray even more so now having Ice Devil Slayer magic. Oh man, Natsu. Dang, that looks like it. I mean, yeah, he's definitely one of the more weaker masters, but he's still I'm assuming he's still pretty strong. And of course, with Neo, with his new Neo form, I would say he's probably has more of a power boost, I guess. Because I think that's kind of what we saw with Neo Minerva. Like, she was arguably more powerful than what she was initially. Or I don't know, maybe that made her weaker. I don't really know. Because then the battle with Urza and Neo Minerva was kind of like different from what we got with Urza versus like regular Minerva during the Grand Magic games. Whoa. So what's going on now? Are they like? Was that an attack or? There we go. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah. So I think Sting and Rogue should take care of him, and then Natsu and Gray can take care of Margear. That'd be the good thing to do, I guess, in my opinion. Let's see. Still though, that was awesome. I don't know. I still can't get over the fact that Gray was just freaking epic back then. So okay, so they're distracted now. Oh man, yes. Yeah, this is what we got in the one trailer. And then they go back, and then they fight with like their knees and stuff. Yeah, and then like he uses a blast on the ground. There we go. That's what we got with the trailer. So it's just in a different setting. Oh wait, so they changed the setting. I mean, yeah, I guess because they were still working on it, but even so. So of course now we have Gray and Natsu versus Margear, I'm assuming. So this will be really interesting. Oh, and since he recognized that Gray is really strong, like he's probably gonna fight in this Ethereus form now. We'll have to wait and see. Whoa. I'm pretty sure we got a little bit of glimpse of this in the opening, but really just his face. I mean, wow. That looks actually looks kind of scary right now. He has wings too? Whoa. Oh hey, that kind of looks like, I mean, Free doesn't have like a quote-unquote Ethereus form, but if you remember like back in the Tenro Island arc, like he kind of showed that. so like some kind of alternate form that gave him like a power boost. It kind of looks like that, like just the face, really. Just, I don't know. Maybe that's some. Let me know if you, it kind of reminds you of that, because I know, remember we seen something like that where like it looks like that one form that Freed has. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Are we gonna get like a group image with those two? This is literally what we're getting in the opening. Oh man, I'm super excited. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Oh my gosh, this episode ended and I cannot wait for next week. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace and best wishes. Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor. This is my live reaction to a new episode of Fairy Tail. As always, this will be my commentary as well as the video of the episode. No audio because of copyright reasons, but as always, link to the full episode will be in the description and in the comment section. I apologize for any noise in the background. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, of course, so we're following from last week. And last week was such an amazing episode because we got to see, of course, what we're kind of seeing of a recap right now, where we have Sting, Rogue, and Natsu versus Martyr, and of course in the skies we have Igneo versus Agnologia. And from what we've seen so far, like Martyr is like extremely powerful. Like even this, look at this, he just grunges it off. Like you remember the tree planting that like rides across the entire region, and they were like riding it, and like the end is like Mavis. You really have passed down the feeling or like the essence of Fairy Tail down. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of recalling what happened, I think, back in like June or July now that I think about it, which is, it's incredible how much time has gone by. Like, it's been 3 or 4 months now. Of course, now we're in like November 27th, I'm correct? Of course, Thanksgiving was yesterday. So happy Thanksgiving to those, because I wasn't able to cover it previously. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hope you guys stay with your family and such. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to what's going on right now. We, of course, have Dorenbolt. I'm wondering. So remember, Fire, Lightning, Dragon, Hammer, I believe. That's the move that Natsu used like right now. Like that's the one he used against Jackal, and that ended up finishing him off. But of course, we see here that it didn't do the same for Martyr. Okay, so we're seeing all the other members of Fairy Tail. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious how this is all gonna turn out. I'm thinking like, because from the preview we got to see, I'm pretty sure we got to see, like from what we have in the opening, we're going to be having Gray appearing, and of course he has Devil Slayer magic, so that'll definitely help him out in making like him stronger. I'm kind of curious to know. Oh yeah, and we got to see this as well, like the fact that apparently Makarov has some kind of like ace, Lumen Histoire if I'm correct, and that of course is Mavis, Fairy Tail Wizard, and like kind of revealing like we had like a few minutes that showed like how initially like he wasn't a tree wizard, and eventually like he appeared with Hades actually, I believe, if I remember, as well as some old guy, like some blonde guy, I believe, I can't remember. And then we had Mavis, and that was such an amazing episode because honestly that moment was probably one of the best moments like before Charter started. That was such an amazing like episode, or just really that one moment, because like it really showcased just how everything came together, and we're gonna be seeing like how Fairy Tail really started. And I think that like that one episode was a hint of, I can't remember the name of it, but it was where I think it was right before like everyone like goes off in like the Wizard Saints like tree, or like it's the first master of Fairy Tail. Oh, also there has been some news, and we're back. So like I was saying earlier, if you don't know, Fairy Tail Zero, I believe the name is, kind of like the story behind Mavis, of course the first master of Fairy Tail, like I brought up initially. I haven't read it yet, but I'm really excited, and I think we're going to be getting probably like a preview it after like the charter cycle like actually finishes, but it's actually going to be animated, and of course I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, for one, I can't, I don't know what happens in it. If anything, I'm expecting it to be kind of like, or I'm kind of expecting it to be like how we had in that one episode of Fairy Tail, like right before Charter started, where we had one of the 4 Wizard Saints who turned out to be